Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. You know who I am, and I hate all of you. Meow.
Whoa, Susie. Can you not be like that, please?
I don't care if you don't like it. That's who I am, and you're going to have to deal with it. So there. Meow. Hello, everyone. I'm Kerrie.
And I'm Humphrey. Well, I say it again. Today is Thursday. Who wants to hit Thanos with Stormbreaker?
Thanos? I thought we were going to hit coronavirus with Stormbreaker. Does it matter? Come on.
That ugly space racing thinks he wants a real walk. He just want to walk back in. Boo! Boo!
I hate this guy. I know. Yeah. Oh, okay, everybody. Well, today is Thursday, and
Okay. We're going to continue. We're going to be sitting in Riverdale, and no, we're not.
What is it now, Loki?
I want to go home.
Wait a minute. You want to go home?
Yes. So far, this trip has been boring. I did not enjoy myself. I have never been so annoyed with the people of this place. They are rude. And not only are they rude, they don't care about how... I am done with this so-called Middle Earth.
Really? Why?
Because I told you, he's rude. These people are rude. They don't appreciate my culture. And they're like, ooh, magic is stupid. Well, guess what? You people are so ungrateful. Whoa, Loki. Don't be mad.
Don't be mad. Of course Loki's gonna be mad.
Oh. I am angry. And do you know why I am angry? Because these people here, they know nothing.
Wow. They know nothing?
Yes, they know nothing. About nothing. They don't even show us proper appreciation for the land that they live in.
Wow. That's sad.
Okay, so if you're not enjoying yourself, we're gonna, you know what? If you're not enjoying yourself, we're gonna stay home.
Oh, we might as well pack it up and go home.
Boo!
Great. Looks like we probably will not be doing another tour of Middle Earth. And look, we're not going to be doing another tour of Middle Earth. Not anytime soon. Probably never again. Yeah, never again. Well, that's sad. Okay, now we gotta focus on more important things, such as today's topic.
So, let's just take the next flight home, and we'll get back to you later.
to say, though, we are now officially back home. And now that we are back home, let's just hit the rewind button and go back to where we belong. Well, that's more like it. So, how you guys doing? Well, I feel so much better. Well, not only am I feeling a bit better, well, we're still going to do the Silmarillion, right? Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, we are definitely doing the Silmarillion. Because if we don't,
then that's another promise that we're going to break down. We do not.
No, we will not. Nor will we ever.
We will not, nor will we ever do anything like that again. Not anytime soon.
Never again.
Oh, okay.
So, unfortunately, this particular podcast is dedicated
to someone. Well, now, before we begin, we got something to say. We, the guys at Tea and Toka Thursdays, celebrate and embrace other fandoms.
Yeah, because we're supposed to.
Yeah, and if we don't, well, shame. Shame on us.
Really. So the thing is, we celebrate and embrace other fandoms. And if we don't, then it's a tragedy.
Yeah. But, sad news is, unfortunately, last week, we discovered the very heartbreaking news of the passing of our Black Panther.
Aww. Well, according to news reports, they said that he had cancer, which I kind of refuse to believe since he never disclosed he had cancer.
Which was a pretty brave thing for him to do because, look, once you say you have cancer, that's all they're going to see you as, a cancer patient. Maybe if more of us learn to keep certain things to ourselves, then it would be a better world. But sad or happy,
let us commemorate the times that we mentioned Black Panther on T&O Token.
Yeah, well, you see, let's do a rundown of what we have so far. Now, we first got our introduction to Wakanda and Iron Man Part 2.
Well, Kevin Feige must know everything what he's talking about because he doesn't do anything halfway.
No, he doesn't do anything halfway. In fact, Marvel, they don't do anything halfway. In fact, they do things years in advance. Like, oh, look at us. We don't do anything halfway.
Well, the thing is...
What?
Because they don't do anything halfway, we get to know about certain things years in advance.
Yeah, but... Now, the thing is... Let's fast forward to 6 years in 2016, where we first got our glimpse at Black Panther. Now we see T'Challa standing up on that next to a window, and then he and Natasha meet because T'Chaka is planning on making a very important speech at the UN. So, as he's making T'Chaka says that Wakanda is done watching from the shadows. They've been doing things here and there, but this time they're gonna go all in. And then next thing you know, the whole place goes up in smoke and T'Chaka dies.
I know. I mean, if T'Chaka's death isn't an example of how George R. Martin treats Game of Thrones fans, I don't know what is. Like, he's like, oh, do you like T'Chaka? Yeah, and he's also the same guy who shamelessly murders people at weddings.
Excuse me, did you just say weddings?
Yeah, I just said weddings. He shamelessly murders people at weddings because he's just an old man who takes characters that you like and kills them.
Man, that is just so annoying.
I know. And so that leaves T'Challa as Black Panther. Of course, he plays both sides. First he sides with Iron Man, and then he sides with, well, he doesn't exactly side with Captain America, but he does take Iron Man's team. Come on. Those two must have had a lot to talk about. For all that matters. Oh, and another thing. What? What is it? It's called T'Challa takes Bucky in when Bucky needed help. And, they said, oh, you think he's gonna get us? Well, think and try. And, let's just say that everybody in Wakanda adopted Bucky as their own. And we're gonna leave it at that. Yep. And another thing. Well, in 2018, we did a little presentation talking about Black Panther. Right around the same time it came out in theaters. Yeah. And we also did a little segment called the Token White Guys Chat. Where, well, it was more about them token white guys. But hey, we all asked ourselves one question.
What? What is it?
It's called, was Token taking over Marvel? Yes. Yes, it is. I know. You're watching a Marvel movie and like, dang, these guys are good at what they do. I like that. Where did I last see them? I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's other things that we could be talking about, such as,
I know. Well, we mainly spoke about Bilbo Baggins rolling with another king, as it happened in The Hobbit.
But fortunately for that story, it turned out a whole lot differently than Battle of the Five Armies, which was still not over. Boo! Yeah, there goes the audience booing because they don't approve it.
Yeah, and we don't approve of stupid Azog.
Hey, come on, y'all, be nice.
Shut up, Azog! We know what you did in those Hobbit movies! You know what we did? We saw what you did. And you're a real jerk, you know that.
Hey, I thought we were friends.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. Let's talk other things. Such as
what? Now in Black Panther, T'Challa had to go through the things he needed to go through when he discovers that his father did not bring an innocent boy home. But, well, if we were watching very closely, we could spot it. T'Chaka failed to bring Eric back to Wakanda. T'Challa chose to bring Everett back to Wakanda. And because T'Challa chose to bring Everett back to Wakanda, he got a valuable friend and ally who will now be their liaison to the rest of the world. as in that deleted scene where Everett promises to keep the rest of the world off T'Challa's back. And then, of course, he tries to speak their language, and everybody thought it was so cute.
Yeah, but when T'Chaka refused to bring Eric home, a few to you, T'Challa.
You mean T'Chaka?
I know what I said. I mean, why didn't T'Chaka bring him home? They got themselves an enemy who will do stop at nothing to destroy the world.
You know, maybe they should have kept him alive, like they did in Infinity War. Well, Okoye says, look here, buddy, we got a lot of aliens showing up in our backyard trying to take something that doesn't belong to them. Now, take these weapons and go kill them all.
Yep, and that's how the story should have gone.
You know, they would have won. They would have won if Killmonger was still alive.
Yeah. Like, come on. Killmonger had a dangerous sense of fashion.
Come on. It was in the comments. He stole a mask from that was on loan to the British Museum.
Yeah.
And he came and dressed up like... I mean, was he even cosplaying as Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z?
Yep.
I mean, come on. Even Hela from Thor Ragnarok had her own designer outfit. But Thanos, he looks like he got his clothes from freaking thrift stores. And no pants is not even designer.
See? You see? It's people like Thanos that's the reason why I have trust issues when it comes to bad guys.
Come on, even Loki had his own sense of style. Even when he was temporarily the bad guy. He knew how to put on some clothes.
Yeah, step it up, villains.
Yeah, the villains need to step it up a bit. Put on some designer fashions. Make yourself look good.
Even though they're bad.
Okay, but first, back to Infinity War. T'Challa gets himself snapped to death.
Along with 99% of Wakanda.
But thankfully, Okoye survived. And M'Baku too. Like, if anything happened to M'Baku, we would have rioted.
And then Sherry disappeared. And then we all assumed she didn't make it out. She didn't make it.
Or maybe she went into hiding along with a lot of other Wakandans to make sure that no purple space racing got to them.
Yeah, but then of course Wakanda was hit by a series of earthquakes, which can only mean one thing.
What?
It was no more.
Yeah, because Aquaman was snapped to death. Boo!
Yeah, just as Aquaman was getting popular too.
Yeah. And I mean, this Aquaman was played by Jason Momoa, and he finally made that dumb outfit look good. And then that stupid space person snapped him to death. You know,
stuff like this makes me wish, why didn't Venom show up? Venom would have eaten that ugly space raisin for breakfast.
Yeah. That's what we are saying. So... But then by the time we reached Endgame, the reverse snap is performed, and T'Challa was among those who came back and fought Thanos for the safety of the world. I mean...
Well, I did see a video about what if they didn't kill Thanos? What if they made him face the consequences of his misdeeds?
Yeah. But... I mean, the story would have still been the same.
Yeah, there's no change in that story around. Thanos would have seen an alive Gamora,
and then he'd be like, oh my god. Which would have given Captain Marvel the time needed to slap him around. And as soon as while Thanos reeling from that, and he's like, hey man, why you slap me for? No. When in the original movie, Carol made him scared.
She didn't make him scared. She made him scared. So scared. He was like, ah! He knew he was finished. When he saw her, he knew he was done.
Yeah. And when he knew he was done, her coming in the picture.
Yeah, and you want to know how else he knew he was done? What? It was a cheap trick and a cheesy one-liner that finally did him in.
Yeah, courtesy of Iron Man. Come on. Only a real man would use a cheap trick and a cheesy one-liner. I mean, why can't Disney Plus do a movie about Iron Man telling his story?
Using the words, a cheap trick and a cheesy one-liner. What was a cheap trick and cheesy one-liner? Well, the cheap trick was take all the stones from the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh.
And the cheesy one-liner was, and I am Iron Man.
Then he snapped his fingers down aside. And then, of course, the people of Wakanda are cheering because, well, their king returned, along with the rest of the royal family. All who we all believe perished in the snow. But don't worry, they all came back.
And then the last time we saw him was at Iron Man's funeral. Because Tony was definitely planning to go out in a blaze of glory. Yeah.
I mean, we were happy that Thanos was gone, but we're not happy about Iron Man dead.
Yeah. But for all it's worth, he chose to give up his life to stop evil. Well, there will be other evils. Like, we still have Namor to deal with.
Yeah, and Namor and Black Panther have often gone toe-to-toe with each other. I mean, they've been enemies and uneasy allies.
Yep. Same with Dr. Doom. I mean, T'Challa and Dr. Doom had to collaborate a couple of times, and at the same time, they beat each other up.
Yeah, and Dr. Doom is heavily associated with the Fantastic Four, so, of course, there is still that embarrassingly bad cartoon where T'Challa's all like, haha, the hunt has begun, I'm going to get the Fantastic Four. But then it turns out with all this big misunderstanding, and then they all join forces and beat Cloud.
Yeah, but the thing is, the sad news is, all that talent he had, playing larger-than-life historical characters, like James Brown, Jackie Robinson, and Thurgood Marshall. These guys were larger than life. They didn't, well, as they say in one of the stories that I'm writing, they would not be a part of the system. Yeah, that's right. They weren't about to be a part of the system. That's why they're remembered. Why? Because they fought the system and won.
Yeah. They stood up to the system and won. And that's what we want to see. We want to see stories about where people fought the system and won. And
come on, sometimes the system does strike back, but then in the end, there will be a brand new system.
Well, the sad news is that we no longer have the guy playing Black Panther.
Aww.
And then, of course, I can't help but wonder. They say he was planning on coming back for Black Panther Round 2. What are they going to do with Black Panther Round 2?
I mean, should they replace him? No, you can't replace him.
Should they hire somebody else to play a character?
Or do we go to the comics for that problem? And
yeah, and make T'Challa's little sister Shuri take over as Black Panther. I mean, it happened in the comics, so why can't it happen in real life?
Because Shuri is a tech genius who has the amazing powers to use memes as weapons.
Imagine you're a bad guy and you hear, "Whoa, down!" And you're like, "Oh, what the?" And then you get punched in the face.
Ouch.
And then he's like, "Hey, that was rude." So, rude? Do not test me. I have the God, power of God and anime on my side.
Ow. I'm pretty sure Wakanda will be in good hands with Shuri around. But even then, Black Panther Part 2 is a couple of years in the future. So, we have plenty of time to worry about that.
Yeah, but all we can say is thank you to Chadwick Boseman for being our Black Panther. We love you 3000, and we're gonna miss you all very, 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 very much.
Yeah. And it's like, well, we won't be seeing the likes of him again. But the memory of him on Black Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live will never leave us.
Especially when he said, oh heck no, come on. Keep your bland potato salad to yourself.
Yeah, come on. Bland potato salad? Yeah. Of course, we all know Mbaka would be wanting that bland potato salad. Disgusting. Yeah, potato salad that's full of salt and has raisins in it? Disgusting.
Yeah, like last week he tried to show up at the party with tofu nuggets.
Tofu nuggets? Oh no, it's either chicken nuggets or nothing.
Like, you come in my place with that crap and I'm calling the police. Only to be shut down with him going, whoo, 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 whoo.
I'm like, dude, my house, my rules. No tofu nuggets.
Yeah. Well, of course, we will not accept raisins in potato salad.
And we don't accept tofu nuggets.
Everything else, though, is fair game.
But still. But then, of course, a couple of years ago, last year we spoke about vindication. How the Academy needed to correct a terrible sin by not giving Lord of the Rings Return to King that Oscar that it so rightfully deserved. Yeah. Well, that's sad. But then, of course, we were quite surprised that Viggo Mortensen walked away with the Best Movie Award. It should have been for Return of the King. We're still not over it.
But for us, Black Panther was up for an Oscar, and it won 3 awards, but not in the acting category.
I think it's time for us to take comic book movies seriously.
And with Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther, that's what we got. But one day, one of the comic book movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to walk away with an award, and when we do, we will cheer.
Okay. And that's all we have for this week. Next week, please grab a copy of the Silmarillion, because we're going to go over that.
And if you do not want to go over the Silmarillion with these little toys, I will uber prank you. What? Uber prank? Man, just get tired of uber pranking? No, because I'm the god of mischief.
Okay, everybody. Well, this is the part where we say goodbye. Yeah, and we will see you all next week. Tea and Token Thursdays.
Same token time, same token channel.
Okay, see you all later. Now, I on the show, and the show is over, so meow. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Me.